good morning and thank you for joining us here on your Wednesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchik. We will get to your weather and traffic in just a moment, but first we are following some breaking news out of Washington County. That's where investigators are on the scene of a shooting involving deputies along Southwest Tualatin Valley Highway. This is a live look at the scene right now. Washington County deputies were called for reports of a man damaging the windows of a business just before 1 a.m. A shooting took place, but no one was hurt. Deputies say a suspect is in custody. The Washington County District Attorney's Office Major Crimes Team and the Beaverton Police Department are currently investigating. We, of course, will keep you updated on this throughout the morning. Meanwhile, for a look at how this is impacting your morning commute, let's head straight over to Chris McGinnis.
Yeah, we're getting into a busy time now through Aloha. We'll zoom in and show you exactly where the closure is between 192nd and 198th is what we're hearing from the Washington County Sheriff's Office. Your traffic solution around this would be either Johnson to the north or Blanton to the south. This does also potentially impact TriMet bus line 57. So as we give you the live look here from photojournalist Eric Patterson on the scene, again, no traffic getting through and no estimate for that reopening. We'll work to get more details and we'll bring those to you as we get them here. All right, back to the freeway drive. We're in pretty good shape. No major freeway trouble out there just yet. And the drive times reflect that. We are still operating at a speed limit clip this morning. Rod?
All right, Chris, thank you for that. Good morning to you. Another nice start to our day weather-wise. We have partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. The rising sun right there in the center of your screen from the Chehalem Tasting Room out in Sherwood, 62 degrees. And here's a look at some blue sky and kind of partly cloudy overall from the West Hills. That's the camera at the Oregon Zoo looking up this morning. In the West Hills, 63 is the number. And here's your day moving forward. Another hot afternoon. The heat advisories have been dropped, but we're going to be either right where we were yesterday in some cases or just a couple degrees cooler. I have Portland 84 at 2 o'clock, 89 at 5. There will be some 90-degree temperatures in the valley once again. But today's it. Big cool-off starts tomorrow. That's ahead in your 7-day forecast. Back to you.
Rod, thank you. Well, we are also following breaking news out of southeast Portland where a house has been gutted by a fire. This is a look at the damage left behind as Portland fire and rescue crews continued to work to put out hot spots along the home along Southeast 141st Avenue. Restoration crews arrived to board up the single-story home. PF&R says that they were able to prevent the fire from spreading to the house next door. We are still working to learn what caused the fire. Meanwhile, dozens of neglected cats have been rescued by Oregon Humane after a case of suspected elder abuse led to something more.
A warning, some of the details here might be difficult to hear because of the hazardous conditions inside the home. Police in Central Point, along with Oregon Humane, had to dress in protective gear in order to save a total of 80 cats. A search warrant revealed unsanitary conditions for the many malnourished animals in the home. The suspect also accused of abusing a relative in her care.
Upon entering, they realized that, because of the smell and the condition of animals that they could immediately see just in the front door area, they knew there was more here than just the elder abuse case.
Police say that they found 8 dead cats, some placed in boxes or in the refrigerator. According to court documents, the suspect, who had recently set up an animal rescue, said that she tried to rescue as many cats as she could, but she couldn't keep up with the cost. And the cats are in the care of Oregon Humane now, but because the case is still open, they're considered evidence and won't be put up for adoption just yet.
In another rescue story, 22 dogs were brought to Green Hill Humane Society in Eugene. The 7 adults and 15 puppies were found abandoned on a vacated property on Tuesday. Where they were found, the dogs were suffering from skin infections, malnourishment, and severe matting. The Humane Society team is working to make sure the dogs are healthy again. You can make a donation to help them in that effort on the Green Hill Humane Society's website.
In an update, Highway 224 is back open in Milwaukee after a deadly crash involving an Amtrak train. Initial reports say the car was parked on the train tracks with the crossing arms down. This was at Southeast Harrison and 31st Avenue. The train collided with the car just before 3 yesterday afternoon, pushing it down the tracks and knocking down power lines. Firefighters pulled the driver out and she was taken to the hospital but later died from her injuries. No one on the train was hurt. Your time now is 6:04. Supporters hoping to preserve parts of the Lloyd Center, including its longtime ice rink, are making one last push before it's demolished for redevelopment.
During this morning city council meeting, they're planning to ask the council to take another look before redevelopment moves forward. Two groups have appealed the Design Commission's approval of the Lloyd Center master plan, arguing the city didn't give enough consideration to preserving the ice rink and the role the mall has played as a community gathering place. The proposal would transform the 27-acre property in phases, dividing it into 14 development areas with room for millions of square feet of future housing, businesses, and public space. City documents say more than 6 acres would be set aside as publicly accessible open space. But the groups who are appealing say the existing mall and rink still serve an important purpose for the community. At 9:30 this morning, council members will hold a hearing and could uphold the approval, revise conditions, or overturn the Design Commission's decision altogether. Even if the appeals are denied, supporters say they hope the conversation highlights what's worth preserving.
Well, the future of the Trailblazers in Portland may come down to what happens at the MODA Center. New owner Tom Dundon is set to keynote the Portland Metro Chamber's annual meeting there this afternoon, and we will be streaming it live on KGW+. While outside, 3 city councilors, Mitch Green, Tiffany Keough-Lane, and Angelita Murillo, plan to speak at a rally organized by the Democratic Socialists of America, opposing the use of public money to upgrade one of the NBA's oldest arenas. So why does this matter? Well, the city owns MODA, and it can't use the $350+ million in state commitments if it doesn't get a deal done by December. Portland's mayor also calling out some city councilors that he says aren't moving towards that goal. Keith Wilson saying in a letter that opposition to an arena deal could boost re-election campaigns, but it would risk declining tax revenue, lost jobs, and broken promises. The city of Portland is still negotiating with the Blazers, with Wilson wanting the city to contribute at least $120 million, plus more over the long term.
And speaking of the Blazers, they're finally making a move during the NBA draft, but not for any players. Rip City signing Minnesota Timberwolves Mike Nori to a 1-year head coaching deal. He spent the last 5 seasons as the lead assistant with the Timberwolves. The Athletic is reporting the deal has a team option for the next 2 years after his initial 1-year contract. The structure of the deal caught the attention of sports journalist John Canzano.
Well, I like the choice at face value, and the Blazers have a coach today, and they didn't have a coach yesterday. So I'm spinning it positive. I'm also looking at Tom Dundon going, what is he up to? There's a P.T. Barnum element to what Dundon has done here, because we're not just going to be watching the basketball. We're going to be watching the coach to see, do we want another year of this guy?
In a statement, General Manager Joe Cronin said, quote, he has been a key contributor to successful organizations and brings a wealth of expertise, a proven ability to develop players, and an authenticity that aligns with the culture we are building. Nori, meanwhile, says he's extremely grateful for the opportunity to lead the Trailblazers and calls Portland a team with tremendous talent.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Debonsa Jr. from Brigham Young University.
And in other basketball headlines, the Washington Wizards had the first overall pick of the draft last night, and it went to none other than BYU's A.J. Debonsa. The 6'9" forward is only 19 years old, but led the U.S. to a gold medal in the 2025 FIBA Under-19 World Cup. He also took home the MVP award. While he was in his freshman year at BYU, he was the top Division I scorer and #1 in total free throw attempts.
Your time now is 6:09. Before we get to Rod, we're taking a live look at our Providence Park Skycam, where the Portland Thorns will take on the Seattle Wave on Sunday. That matchup is also the Thorns' Juneteenth celebration. Kickoff is set for 4 o'clock. The Timbers don't play until mid-July after the World Cup is over.
Well, Rod, what's it looking like out there this morning? It looks a little gray and cloudy on the coast.
This is the coast. Hey, real quick, if you're going to the Thorns game on Sunday, there's a shower threat in the forecast, but by 4 o'clock, I would say there's a better chance of dry weather than not. So I think that's going to be potentially a pretty comfortable day. It will only be in the 60s on Sunday. It's not going to be excruciatingly warm either. Yeah, let's get to the clouds of the coast. We've seen this day after day after day. Here's Lincoln City, Chinook Woods Casino Resort camera. It's another day where partial clearing is somewhat in flux or a bit of a question. Pioneer Park building looks like some shadowing over the bricks right now, but it's a partly to mostly sunny start to our day. Bricks are dry and they will still be on the toasty side as we heat up this afternoon. 62 is the early morning number. We have light winds. We have 59 in Forest Grove, 63 in Happy Valley, 61 degrees up in Vancouver, 57 out in Estacada. Good morning to you folks. 59 in Salem and 56 out in Polk County this morning. Good morning to you. All right, here's the afternoon map. We have more 90s, Pendleton, the Dalles. And notice at 5 o'clock, this model goes 88 Portland, 89 Salem, 89 Albany, 89 Eugene. Any of these cities, could get up to 90 or 91. So, I mean, yesterday Salem was 91. You could be again today. So you may or may not notice any drop in temperature. The Rose City was 93 yesterday. Today, 89, but maybe 90. And then tomorrow, the big change. The clouds, only 76. The evening showers come in on Thursday. Rain at times on Friday and Saturday. A few showers on Sunday. On paper, it looks to be a better chance of a lingering shower the first half of the day, not so great the back half of the day. 3 days in a row, potentially in the 60s, and then comfortably in the 70s and dry to start next week. This is a ways out. But right now, some of the modeling is biting on another stretch of cool weather with some rain starting Wednesday of next week and rolling all the way into Saturday, July 4th. We'll keep you updated on that. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Rod. Well, KGW is teaming up with our partners at Rick's Custom Fencing and Alaska Airlines to help send Make-A-Wish Oregon kids where they've always dreamed of going. Right now, we are close to our goal with more than 70,000 miles donated, but there is still more work to do, and we need your help to make it happen. Whether you're a company of any size or just someone with some extra airline miles, you can make a real difference. Go to kgw.com/wishes and click Donate Miles to get started. The best part, Alaska Airlines will match every mile up to 1 million miles, so no amount is too small, and every mile brings a wish closer to taking flight.